was just that little bit more ready, had that moment of calm, even in those situations where he sort of recoiled about how, you know, I saw a real head shake at the drag down Naren to up tilt. That should have connected, and it just flat out didn't. Lyto just had a moment to just make it, but we're going to see, again, he's going to really, really need that if he wants to take 2 sets of Hunio in grand finals.
I know, and I mean, we need to see, maybe Lyto, now that they've warmed up a lot more, we're going to see hopefully a lot less SDs, but Hunio coming straight out the gate with 64%, and yeah, we thought these two, Mimi and Lyto's advantages were good. Hunio, I mean, well, they're in winners grand finals for a reason, so.
The thing is with Hunio as well is that she's had this opportunity to, you know, take a little bit of a break. Again, she has had a pretty solid record against, I believe, both of the players that were in losers finals. I could be wrong about Mimi, don't get it twisted, but certainly against Lyto, she has already beaten him at one point in this tournament and has beaten them multiple times in the past, to the point where you're reconsidering your character choices. I mean, damn, you know, Hunio is going to be having, you know, we've got this almost immovable object of Hunio against the mid-level blender, and Lyto, who has, despite his sort of stoic nature, really become this unstoppable force all the way through this bracket so far. But again, Hunio doing what she does best, getting those up airs and managing to take the first stock here at Grands.
I wonder if Lyto knows the booyah percents. They've been hit by that a lot between winners finals and grand finals, and it may just be Hunio being insane at the game. But at that point, if I knew that, like, at about 90% that I needed to start camping platforms, like, I'd start doing it. Because now you're going to start bleeding versus, you know, one of the best players, if not, you know, proving to be the best player in the venue, who wants to be. And it's so much harder to kind of use those projectiles, especially if you're like Lyto right now, to kind of stop the aggression from Hunio. She's running up. She doesn't care. She's just there.
She really, really is, and we can just see there an explosive flame manages to catch Hunio. A little bit of sleep at the wheel at the mid-range there, but certainly she has done a really excellent job. You know, Inkling certainly one of those characters where you need to be able to take that lead, and Lyto just getting a 50%. Those combos are back on the table, and we can see there Hunio trying to get some kind of tech chase, but Lyto manages to just extend it, but being sent off stage, but the neutral air, the advantage state continues.
I know, I mean, those explosive flames off stage trying to follow Hunio, like, Inkling has so many mix-ups on that recovery, but one of those things is you cannot, for Lyto, you cannot, like, overextend there, because Inkling on the ledge, bomb plus down smash is so incredibly good, and, like, Hunio will just take advantage of that every day of the week.
And she's just got a very fragile lead there, managing to follow it out with the forward air and then getting a little bit of paint on. And once again, you're mentioning these ledge traps here, trying to take advantage of that ledge regrab. I really, really love the slight stall there from Lyto, meaning that Hunio had to improvise there a little bit, and Lyto maybe not taking as much of a punish as he necessarily should have. But we are seeing it once again, tale as old as time. Hunio has got a lead, and she just extends on it, using Inkling's superior mobility to really make this lead shine. And just, you know, Hunio even recoiling there, just losing that stock, just in a moment where she wasn't expecting it, but 92% on the board right now, and we are gonna see a forward throw. Like you're saying, Hunio for certain is gonna know those up throw up air percents, and just knowing, okay, I just need that bit more percent because I'm not range.
I think we're at that percent right now, looking to put some ink on them, not looking to aggress too much. There's only got to be one reason for that. Either you're playing just super safe, you don't want to lose the lead that you've got, or you're looking for the grab, and you're looking for the booyah. I mean, it's like we know what we're talking about, Joycey.
Textbook. It's just textbook. And I really have to hand it to Lyto, because it would be so tempting with this character dashing back and forth in that mid-range to throw out those neutral Bs and those side Bs. And honestly, full credit to them for holding their nerve and not going for their default option, which he has been punished for time and time again. But even then, Hunio just managed to seal it out anyway. But it's a promising sign when those adjustments are being seen in the gameplay. That could have been another repeated mistake waited to happen, and instead it was a right adjustment, but Hunio just being that little step ahead. But signs of life from Lyto for sure.
I mean, yes and no, I think, on that point, because, of course, when it was winners finals, we saw Lyto in the lead a lot in the early game, and then Hanyo would bring it back, of course. Whereas Hanyo seems to be just a lot more generally confident in knowing what works, relying on her, like, traditional game plan. And we'll have to see if Lyto makes some key adaptations, gets some great advantage states. We know that they can do it. It's just a matter of, can they now do it versus Hanyo, the best player in Sheffield?
We are going to see it here. Lyto with a very, very fragile lead at the moment. Got about 60%. Of course, Inkling has got the damage potential and the tech chase. Lyto has... This has been a thing that I noticed in the first set against Hanyo. Lyto is not a masher, both in gameplay and in the bury state, right? He is very, very content to just say, screw it, you can have whatever punish you want. That was a 70, a Brawler on the platform at 70%, you should be able to mash out of it that percent. And it feels as if Lyto is going to have to, again, just start pressing those buttons, brother. Like, you need to be able to even have that timing mix-up so that Hanyo isn't just thinking, well, it doesn't matter, I've got a hot punish ready and available. And whether that is a deliberate mix-up, or whether Lyto just can't be bothered to mash, or whether Lyto can't mash, we're seeing Hanyo reap, the benefits of it here in this game too.
Wow, I can't believe that up air just got beaten out by that back air straight. But there you go, that's Palutena for you. That back air is going to take the stock. And Lyto just, again, I think there's a little bit more confidence from them this game, Joycey.
Oh my god, Hanyo, just...
You never know. You know what? Okay, I should not be doing commentary right now. Don't... I mean, Hanyo, you try to imitate the master of the down air like that. No.
I've still not recovered.
I'm lost for words too, to be fair. We have to keep commentating, but now Lyto is just... You're going to be struggling right now because the gap wasn't that big. It was only about 20% until it was an entire stock. And now Hanyo can just play the slower game, play the whiff punish game, and you see the splash shots, you see these dash attacks. Lyto can't get in their own head about that.
And you've got to be upset when you're dying at 40% to Inkling, right? That's been the sort of tried and true weakness of the character, and just again her movement. She knows what Lyto wants to go for. I can smell these little hints of desperation here, and she's just got them time and time again. She's got those conversions time and time again, trying to seal it with the second one here. Lyto, hanging on by a thread here, but in the same vein, Hanyo just seems to have every ounce of momentum, accidentally buffering, I feel like, a second roller there, and 165%. I mean, even Inkling back air or back throw, even on Smashville, is still going.
Well, here we go, the reflector on that bomb and then catching the jump off. One of the things I have actually loved about Hanyo is just consistently catching these jumps out the corner with the forward air. But it's that forward tilt. I mean, when you get to those kinds of percents, Inkling is great at racking up percent. It's always been about the killing, because when you've got Ink, you can just rack up percent like nobody's business. So, yeah, just continually playing solid neutral. Hanyo makes the damage work, finds the kill eventually.
I mean, let's be real here. The downer was the breaking point of that game, right? There was so much back and forth. There was so much confidence between the two of them. It felt like Lyto had a real good grip on things. And that is how much the confidence has been broken. We're seeing a rematch with the Brawler being 2 games down. You got to win at least 3 more games if you've got any chance of resetting a bracket. You need 3 more games just to get some breathing room. Never mind the tournament, just to stop this suffocating feeling that Hanyo has put on each and every single one of her opponents here. And we're going back to Stadium, a little bit of a bigger pick. Of course, those platforms are going to be able to just get those extensions going for Brawler, but when she's not giving you the chance to get her on those platforms, it might as well be irrelevant here, Roger.
I know if you did not tune in to Winners Finals, this Brawler came out game 1, but then was put away for game 2. Again, it was just one of those things where Hanyo, she just knows. How did she just know the booyah percents? Another fantastic grab there to secure the stock. And I've just got to be honest, Hanyo is wearing the well-worn shoes right now, Joycey.
She's just playing with her food at the moment, getting the set chase as well. Hanyo with a nearly 3-stock-to-1 lead. She is feeling herself, and Lyto is going to have to pull out a miracle to keep this grand finals from ending right here and now.
What if we talked about all block? We've talked about confidence, and if there is a better example of confidence out there, please show it to me, because that's what I'm looking at right now. The edge guard is here, there are no more resources, and it is Honio to be your SmashPoint Ultimate Champion, not losing a single set.
And what a decisive way to end that set as well. There was nothing stopping Honio's reign, defending arguably her home turf here in Sheffield.